They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Ain't no remorse in my blood slump. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I'm back gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mass shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
expected to grow. Just obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mass shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through in the damn our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
you see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my actions. Yes, you said so. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber put pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right.
Yeah. Shalom, Israel. What's going on, everybody? Shalom, Yahweh Bashem Shah Brakatah, Yahweh Shema Allah Dan Bashem Yahweh Shah. Priest and also Yahweh Shah of the ISUPK started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding Jenniana. Been teaching the truth since 1969. And today is the Brotherhood class, man. Holding it down for the mighty priest and officer Canuck right now. Just going to be teaching a few topics for today. You know what I mean? The brother will be on regular scheduled programming the following week. But, you know, brother been so kind, man, to allow me to teach y'all and speak with y'all today, man. So I definitely appreciate the brother. All right. Shalom, everybody on here. Most High in Christ. So as usual, man, it is the Brotherhood class every single Tuesday. We broadcast out here in Orlando. We usually be in the library as well. I know we haven't been out there in a minute, but we also teach class in the library in downtown Orlando every single Tuesday. So if you're in the area you want to stop on by to get all your questions answered, please feel free to do so. All right. So yeah, if you got any questions, man, feel free to type it into the chat. If you new in the school looking to get your Hebrew name, I did post. Sloppy. I did post the link, the sign-in link. Let me see what it's at. There you go. All right, so yeah, if you're new in the school and you're looking to get your Hebrew name, make sure you click on this link right here, fill out the information so that way you can get credit for today's class. Also, got the live stream link posted in the chat. Also, any troopers, officers, any brothers or sisters, anybody that want to just join the live and ask your questions direct, feel free to do so. But I definitely need some readers though. You know what I mean? I highly appreciate if you free, if you not free. You know what I mean? Come on, hop on there. Click on this link so that way you can join the live. All right. All right. So yeah, if you got any questions, you can type it into the chat. Other than that, we are gonna jump into our topic for today. Give me 1 second. All right. So guess we'll jump into the topic. If you have no questions. So it's brotherhood is the topic for today, of course, but we're gonna speak in specific to traits of a brother slash sister. Also, we'll dive into some quick tips on how to improve your etiquette and have good manners as an Israelite. 'Cause one thing we're not taught as Israelites on how we innovated the whole world, how we advanced societies. Each and every nation that we were in captivity under, we progressed that nation. You know what I'm saying? And even with our morals and our ethics, we progress so many nations on this earth. You know what I'm saying? So we invented proper etiquette and manners. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna get into all of that and dive into a few scriptures. All right. So if I got a reader, please help me out, help a brother out with the readers. Uh, all right. Ain't got no one I can read. Who that? Who that?
Shalom,
Yeah.
Yahweh, Shem Yahweh.
Hey, Shalom. How about you? What's going on? Ori?
I'm too out. Salaki, I'm late.
Nah, it's all good. I appreciate you hopping on. Damn right. You right on time. Right on time. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Alright. So yeah, man, we about to hop into these scriptures, man. The first one I want to grab is Ecclesiasticus 37:1. Is the first one I want to grab. Alright, I just want to speak about the traits, right? The characteristics of a brother or a sister. All right, this is a term. It's not just a term of endearment, or it's. I know it's something that we say normally to each other as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? But it's much so a word that has meaning. You know what I'm saying? That it's actually a word um, that has value. You know what I mean? With people who's an actual a brother or sister. You know what I'm saying? It's shown through their character. You know what I'm saying? Not just in the title only. You know. just the title of a brother or a sister. What does this really mean? Right? Let's dive into that. Let's get Ecclesiasticus 37 and verse 1.
Khan. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37 and verse 1. Every friend saith, I am his friend also.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a friend, which is only a friend in name.
Only a what?
In name.
In name. Meaning what? They just carry on the what?
The title.
There you go, right? They just carry on the title of a friend. Right now, when we hear the word friend, right, in today's term, of course, it's been watered down like many other words of value, right? But a friend is somebody that you can depend on, that you can rely on, somebody that's predictable, somebody that's trustworthy. You know what I'm saying? That is what a true friend is. And people that show that through not just their words, right, but through their actions, with their character. You know what I mean? And even in Christ's times, you have people that walked around in his time that love titles, love to be called master, love to be called rabbi, right? I.e., the Pharisees. They just love the title, right? People, in today's time, it's the same way, right? There's people who just love to have the title of being, somebody that's likable, right? But not willing to do the sacrifices or do what is necessary to be a true friend, right? Let's get Proverbs 27 and 17.
Khan.
No, matter of fact, my bad, not Proverbs 20:17. Let me first get Leviticus 19 and 17, and then we'll get to the Proverbs. My bad. Yeah, 19, 17.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother
Right,
in thine heart.
right. This is how, as Israelites, we advance nations, right? Because the laws that we have is like no other law written of on this earth, right? These records are only written for the Israelites, which is so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I mean? And this is how we pattern our society based upon these records, right? And no other nation does that. And it's by this how other nations know who we really are, that we are God's chosen people, by our wisdom and how we treat each other and how we deal with each other and how ethical our society is. You know what I mean? These things are important, right? So in the law, it says, thou shalt not hate thy brother, right? Read on.
Khan. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Thou shalt do what?
Rebuke thy neighbor.
Right. What is that saying? In any wise rebuke that neighbor. What first let me ask this. What does the word rebuke mean?
That means to like reject.
Reject. Okay, that's a synonym that does goes with it.
So Salakia, would it be like to cast off or something like that? Like push aside? This not sure.
Not quite, right? The word right, because when you read it, it says, thou shalt anywise rebuke thy neighbor, right? There's a reason why you should do that. You should rebuke thy neighbor, right? If you could read on. No, go ahead. No. Go ahead. Say yes. Say what you go.
When I finish the rest of it, I think I got it.
Okay, no sweat. All right, go ahead, boy.
It says, and not suffer sin upon him. So that means basically rebuke. Should that mean should that mean like not wish harm on him, or you should benefit of the doubt kind of thing? Like,
Kind of. That kind of goes in the mix of it, right?
okay.
the simplest way to understand the word rebuke is with one word is correction, right? Correct thy neighbor, right? That's what the word rebuke means, right? A true friend, right? A true brother, a true sister is somebody that's willing to correct their brother or sister, their neighbor. You know what I mean? That's what a true friend does, right? They're gonna keep it, be honest with their brothers or sisters. You know what I'm saying? Now, today's time, you have a whole bunch of yes men and people just go along with whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? That can lead you into you either boosting your ego and boosting your head up and leading down to a path of destruction. You know what I'm saying? But the Bible is giving us on how to be a brother, right? You should not hate your brother and you should be willing to correct him. Now, what is the ethical way that our King Yahushua taught us on how to do this? If you have an ought or if you have a problem with somebody, what is the proper way to correct this?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
It's in the book of Matthew, paraphrasing, it says, yeah, so brother offend you, go to him and he thee alone.
Give the brother a hand.
Amen.
Yeah, damn right. You're exactly right, boy. You know what I mean? You should go to them and them alone. Just between you and that person. Right? So that way you don't suffer sin, right? Sin where you can possibly harm one another. You know what I'm saying? Do something that you're not supposed to be doing within the law. Or even start hating one another, which the law prohibits. That blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians should not hate one another. Right? This is how our society used to run. Right? We based our morals and principles on this, making sure that we don't live like the other nations do. You know, they live like animals, barbaric. They hate one another till this day. Russia and Ukraine bombing each other. America and Russia beefing with each other. All these other nations at odds with each other. Hey, shalom, Yahweh Shashabakata. What's going on, Word?
Ah,
Hey, shalom, you have some breakfast come.
Damn right. Glad to have you on here. The water for allowing me to rock it out today. You know what I
Ah,
mean?
cut it out.
Most
It's a lock
right.
it.
Nah, I appreciate it. For real.
The water for having me on, the water for letting me speak.
Both side Christ, man. But
Hey,
yeah.
what's
Nah, go
going on,
ahead.
Shabar? Mighty man.
I'm never
Good to see
stop.
you.
All right.
Damn right. Damn right, man. So yeah, so right. I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, let's continue on. You can read on.
Okay, in the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
You should do what?
Love thy neighbor as thyself.
Now, don't this sound familiar? Right? If you fast forward to another portion in the Bible, you hear another prominent figure repeating the same thing. Right? And this person said it in a way for us to know how to serve God. Right? Who was this person that said this? Right? Our King Yahushua. Right? Christ taught from the law. This is where Christ got it from. So when he said that the law hinges on two things, to love the Lord with all thy heart, thy mind, thy soul, and thy strength, and the second is like unto it, meaning the second is just the same as the first. Love thy neighbor as thyself. This is where Christ got it from, right? Because this is what it means to be a brother, by keeping the laws of the Most High, right? Not suffering sin upon one another, right? Read on.
I am the Lord. Verse 19. Ye shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let thy cattle.
Yeah. God.
I said,
Nah. Did you read 18 already?
Come, come. That was what love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. That was the ending of that.
Oh, okay. They didn't say I think we skipped the part where it says bear no grudge. Did you read it? Or maybe
Yeah, yeah.
I probably missed
That,
it. My bad.
that was just the beginning of that, or verse 18.
Okay, can you read that one more time? My bad. I probably missed it.
Khan.
My fault.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 18 from the top. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Against who?
Children of thy people.
The children of thy people, right? This is written to who? This is in regards to who?
Salakia, Israel, blacks and Spanish
Right.
natives.
Right. Israelites. Right. This is how we ran our society. This is what sustained us. This is what kept us atop above everybody else on this earth. The Lord said in Deuteronomy 7 and 6 that if we hearken and hear and do and keep the commandments, listen, that He'll put us above everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? He'll put us above everybody. And this is the commandment that is the Lord was referring to. You know what I'm saying? That Christ our King told us that all the commandments hold on to these two things. By how we deal with each other and how we treat each other matters. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, it's not about how to be a brother only in word or in title, or a sister in word and title, but is by your deed and action. But now let's get Proverbs 27 and 17 by Kasha.
Okay.
All right, you got it, Ward.
Proverbs 27 and 17.
Time.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 27, verse 17. Iron sharpeneth iron.
Iron sharpeneth iron. What's the allegory here? What does that mean? Read on. Is there any more than that?
Come.
Read on.
So a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend.
Of his what?
Of his friend.
Right. What does it mean when it says iron sharpen iron? What's the meaning of that allegory? We want to break that down. Go ahead, Master Shabbat.
Salakia. So iron sharpeneth iron. Basically, one Israelite's we're gonna strengthen each other. So basically, like the brotherhood is gonna keep us sharp.
Facts. Yeah, that's basically it. You know what I mean? It's like when you have a hot metal, you're trying to make a sword out of it, right? In order to beat that hot metal into a sword, you need something that's of the same consistency, right? Something that's heavy and strong, right? Iron, right? You're trying to beat that iron, right? You're going to use iron to do so, right? And it's the same thing with on how we deal with each other, right? And making sure that we sharpen each other by correcting each other. Rebuke thy neighbor so you don't suffer no sin upon them, right? Correct your neighbor, right? That's what a true friend would do for you, right? They will look out for you when maybe you're not quite being yourself a bit, or maybe you did something that you wasn't supposed to be doing, right? Now, of course, I wouldn't say to go out and embarrass the person, right? You ain't gotta, embarrass them in front of the whole place, yeah, right? Like Christ our King said to do. Go to them and them alone and squash it like that, right? And that's what a friend would do for another friend, right? We'll sharpen each other, even in hard times and tough times. When things are not looking so good, right? You are required to be there for that person if you're a true friend. We all go through it. Every dog has his day. Didn't we hear that before? Every dog has his day. Today's for me, tomorrow for you, right? But it's important as a friend to be there, not only in the good times, but also in the tough times as well too, right? Let me get 1 John 3 and 15. And anything y'all want to add, any precept, anything, man, feel free to do so, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right, you got it.
The book of First John, chapter 3, verse 15. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer.
Is a what?
A murderer.
Right? Was not the statement made by the general that when Christ came on the scene that he came to do what with the law? He ain't come to do away with it, but he came to do what?
Slocket to
Right.
fulfill. To fulfill.
To fulfill. True that. But what else he did? How did he fulfill it?
He elevated it. You know what I mean?
Right, he increased it. Right? He increased the standard of the law. Right? Like the scriptures say, if you call your brother a fool, you know what I'm saying, or rakab, you in danger of the hellfire. Right? And it also mentions in the scriptures where if you look upon a woman and lust after her, you know what I'm saying, you have committed adultery already. Right? A woman that's taken or promises somebody, you committed adultery already. Right? Because it first starts in your mind. Right? It's no different when somebody hates his brother. Right? It first starts in your mind. It festers in your mind. Right? Instead of you going to them or them alone, you allow yourself to let it build up in your brain. You know what I'm saying? And that can grow and grow into a bigger issue where the animosity can push you towards to causing harm towards his brother or sister. You know what I mean? Right? So you want to make sure that even in dealing with one another, even if it don't get to that point where you're harming one another, if you even have the thought, right? If you want to avenge your brother or have a grudge against your brother, you know what I'm saying? You are nigh onto what the Bible says you're a murderer. Because eventually those thoughts is going to turn into actions. Right? Read on.
So,
Go ahead. Hold on, my bad. Let me just read this comment real quick from Sister Karaya. Salaki, if I butchered the name. Karaya, right? Banyanya. Salakia, is there a reason why it seems that the sisters have a harder time staying connected versus the brothers? Now, as far as with sisterhood and as far as with brotherhood and sisterhood, everything that we bringing out, even every Tuesday, every class, every scripture that even refers to brotherhood in a masculine tense can also be applied to sisters as well too. Right? Love thy neighbor as thyself, love thy brother as thyself can easily be flipped to love thy sister as thyself. You know what I'm saying? So nothing that we're saying is only singled out to the men only, but this is also for sisters to adhere to. Now, if a sister has a hard time connecting with another sister, then maybe she needs to practice on her sisterhood, right? By what we're going through in this class today. You know what I mean? That's just the need of practice, sisterhood, the same way brothers exercise brotherhood. Now, like I mentioned, everything that's written up in these scriptures that is mentioned in a masculine tense for brotherhood, right, can also be applied to sisterhood. Right? It's no different. You should go to her and her alone, right? You should love her as thyself, right? You should do all love your sister, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Just the same way we reading it, just add her or sister in there. You know what I'm saying? And you'll know that it is could be applied to sisterhood as well too. You know what I mean? And any situation that's separating y'all, handle it the same way the scripture says. Go to her alone. Find out why you ain't connecting. What's up? I want to talk. You know what I mean? Maybe some people are just that's their way by nature. They just some people like to isolate themselves. You know what I'm saying? There's no knock to their boundaries. That's their boundaries. You want to respect their boundaries, all of that. You know what I'm saying? But it first starts with a conversation. Just go to them and them alone. You know what I mean? So, uh,
Salaki.
go ahead. Somebody said Salaki.
Sir.
Go ahead.
Not. Salaki, if I may just add on what you were saying, like, to add on to, add on to the point, and, answering the sister question, come around more often. Like, every chance you can to be around a sister to build up a relationship with them, you want to take that opportunity because just like, off the Power Shop saying, um, it took uh time for brotherhood to build up. You know what I'm saying? Brothers got to be around you, and you got to know those that labor among you. So, like, with that being said, just come around as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? Offer your help when it's needed. If the sisters getting together and they need help preparing a dish or do anything, offer your assistance. And that's how you build a relationship, with your sisters and your brothers. The same go for the brothers. Camaraderie is a big part of brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to connect with brothers or sisters, say, hey, I'm having a game night at my crib. Whoever's available, come through. And don't feel no type of way if nobody's not available because we all at slavery, we all in this hell. But I guarantee that as time goes by, people will be available. People will make themselves available to you, or you make yourself available to your brothers and your sisters. And that is a good way to start off a relationship building with brothers or sisters. So, like,
Fact. Yeah, not damn right. That's exactly right. You know what I mean? You be around more, conversate more, you get, more familiar with people. You know what I mean? And little by little it'll start. You know what I'm saying? But everything that we reading about right now, you know what I'm saying, that we teach every single Tuesday is what's going to keep that bond together. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going to keep that bond together. Right? This is good times is good, it's fun to have good times. You know what I'm saying? But you gonna need a sister at the end of the day. You gonna need a brother at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because when things get tough, that's what really matters. You had something else with your boy?
Common Con. After we finish that precept, I just want to bring out another precept on the topic.
Okay, kind. What we was on?
First
And
John 3 and 15. We
3
in
and
the middle of
15.
it.
Kind. Okay, go ahead, boy.
I'm gonna start back off at the top. The book of First John chapter 3 verse 15.
Hmm.
Whoever hateth his brother is a murderer,
Right.
and ye know that no murderers have eternal life abiding in him.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you cannot be a murderer and serve the Most High. You can't be a sinner and say God knows your heart. You can't hate your brother and say you love God. Right? It all goes hand in hand. Read on.
Come, verse 16. Hereby, hereby perceive we the love of God, because he laid down his life for us,
Hmm.
and we ought to lay down our lives for our brethren.
We should do what?
Lay down our lives for our brethren.
Right. The same way the Lord, our King Yahushua, gave up his life for us, guess what? We should be willing to do the same thing for the next brother. Right? We should pass it on. Pass it on to the next sister. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. And being a friend, right? Being somebody dependable, being somebody reliable, right? That's what it's about, right? You want to be there even with the tough times. Be willing to go the extra mile for one another, right? Like Oscar Canuck said, right? Take that extra step or make that first step, right? Reach out to that sister. You know what I mean? Reach out to that brother, right? And do what you got to do to help build this brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what a brother will do. That's what a sister would do. Right? Read on. You on mute. I was good night.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Verse 17. But whoso have the world, Salaki. Huh. Oh, okay, yes, Salaki. But whoso have this world's good and seeth his brother in need and shutteth up his bowls of compassion from him, now dwelleth the how dwelleth the love of God in him.
Right.
So
What
like
is?
I butchered that.
Okay. You want to read it again?
No, I want to read that again. So like if I may, my
Yeah, you
bad.
good.
1 John chapter 3, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
But whoso have this world's good and seeth his brother have need and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how doeth the love of God in him?
Who wants to break this down? What is this talking about? What is this verse talking about? Go ahead, also Shabar.
Okay, so from the top when it says, "But whoso hath this world's good," so if there's a brother who's in, a better position, maybe financially or whether it's food, clothing, whatever it is, it says, "And see if his brother have a need," right? You're gonna be able to do for your brother, and it says, "And shut up his bowels of compassion from him." How dwelleth the love of God? So it says, if you shut up his bowels of compassion, meaning if you see that, for instance, the Massachusetts give food clothes giveaway that we were going to have. If you're carpooling, right, you have an extra seat. Don't make it to where you don't invite a brother to come along. You know what I mean? Roll as a crew. You know what I mean? Chip and pitch gas, do it together. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
you got it, he
Con.
got it.
Okay, Con. Yeah, that's exactly right. Get the brother in hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't be, rejecting the help, for that brother or sister, right? If you have the love of God in you. If you see somebody struggling, and that can be with anything, it could be struggling financially, they could be struggling mentally, you know what I'm saying? They could be struggling physically, right? If you're not there to make sure that they are all right and getting the help that they need, how could you say that you are a brother? Right? How could you say that you are a sister? Right? If you ain't checking up on them, right? How often do we do that? Right? How often do we just, randomly pick up the phone and be like, ain't nothing, just shooting the breeze, man. You all right? Just making sure you good. You good? I'm good. You know what I mean? And that's that, right? It ain't even gotta be a phone. It could be through text. And I'm just texting you to see if you're all right. You know what I mean? Who knows what they going through? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But you reaching out to them might be what they needed. Right? They needed you as a brother. They need you as a sister. Right? To run somebody that they can rely on. Not just in the word. Right? Anybody can have you can have 1,000 friends on Facebook. When stuff hit the fans, how many people you think on those damn Facebook is gonna be there for you? How many people you think on them Instagram and Twitter, whatever social media site you may use, is gonna actually be there for you? Right? All of that don't matter. That popularity don't matter. You know what I'm saying? What matters is having a sincere bond, you know what I'm saying, with people you can trust. Right? And the most important thing, the first thing is it first starts with you. Right? Read on. Is there any more? That was verse 17.
Come, that was verse 17.
All right, what will verse 18 say?
Verse 18 says, "My little children, let us not love in word,
Mm-hmm.
neither in tongue,
Mm-hmm.
but in deed
But
and
in
in
what?
truth." In deed
Uh-huh.
and in truth.
What does this mean? Go ahead, Officer Shabar.
So paraphrasing, but you don't want to just be a sayer of the word, but a doer. So you're not just going to speak. Hey, I love, but if you don't have brother, remember, brotherhood is what we project onto other brothers. You know what I mean? We don't worry about what anyone's doing to us. We make sure each brother or sister we come in contact with, we're being a brother. That's how brotherhood works. And
Yeah.
you're not going to confess it with your tongue. It's an action word. You know what I mean? Love is an action word.
Facts. There you go. Get a brother hand. You know what I'm saying? Your deeds is your actions, your works that you do. Right? Like we just read in the verse prior. Right? If you see your brothers needed in need of anything and you have the necessities to help that brother or sister and you don't really do it, right? Do you really have the love of God in you? You know what I'm saying? It's by your actions that you show that you actually love the Most High. And the actions that needs to be shown is your love for your brothers and sisters. The Lord he don't need your assistance, right? He don't need your clothes, right? He's in the kingdom, right? You don't need your riches. You don't need none of that. But guess who do? Your brothers here on earth. They need that. Right? And as much as you do it unto them, guess what? It's like you did it unto our King. All right. You said you had a precept, right, Austin Shabar? You wanted to pull?
Yeah, come on. It's right in the same book.
All right.
First John chapter 4 and verse 20. It just says, if a man say I love God and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
Mm.
For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen?
Whew.
So
Yeah, that's a perfect precept. You know what I mean? That's right there and there. Right? A lot of people will say that they love God. Right? Most Christians will say that they love God. You ask any random person out there that goes to church and ask them, do they love God? I what the obvious answer is they're gonna say is yes, right? I do love God. Well, how do you show that you love God? Is it by you just saying hallelujah or saying I love you, Jesus, until your face turn blue? How do you do it?
Salaki,
Go
when
ahead.
we read in verse 21, it gives us the answer, you know what I mean? About love of God is keeping his commandments, you know what I mean?
Right. And the commandments is that we do what?
Love thy neighbor as thyself.
It's that simple. It's really that simple. Right? The love for your people is your reflection for your love for God. It's that simple. Right? This is how God put it in place. Like I mentioned, he don't need your clothes. He don't need your riches. He don't right? He don't need none of that. You know what I'm saying? He don't need your bullocks. He don't need your goat. He don't need your sheep. He don't need none of that. You know what I'm saying? But there is brothers out here that do. Right? And by you taking care of your nation, you taking care of your people, you loving your nation, you loving your people is a direct reflection for your love of God. They both go hand in hand. You can simply say you love God, but you don't have the works to show it. Well, guess what? You're just a liar. You know what I'm saying? Because none of us seen the Most High. I ain't seen him. I don't know if any of y'all seen him. I ain't never even seen Christ. Right? But guess who I have seen? Commander Jenny General Muhammad, General Mayat, you know what I'm saying? Officer Shabar, Officer Kanat, you know what I'm saying? Captain Shawar Yala, Trooper Yawanathan, right? That's who I have seen. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to treat them the same way if Christ was there in the flesh. Right? Would you abuse Christ? Would you treat him like crap? If Christ needed something, would you not help him out? If you love him, right, you'll do it. Well, your brothers right here is in the same predicament. What you gonna do then? You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. So yeah, that's a perfect precept. All right. And any more on that, Shabar? My bad. Oh,
Nah,
you had
you
something
broke it
on?
down.
You said that was it?
Yeah, you broke it down. Yeah, it's the while. You broke it down.
Okay, most high Christ. You wanted to say something? Officer could not.
Say, I wanted to also bring out a precept about while we on the topic of loving our brothers and having friends who are the true friends and what the Bible considers and says what friends are and what friends would do. So if I could read the precept in Ecclesiasticus 6 and 14 through 16, if that's the wild.
Yeah, get down. Go ahead.
Come, sir. Like this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verse 14 through 16. And verse 14 says, a faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such and one hath found a treasure. Verse 15 says, nothing doeth countervail a faithful friend, and his excellency is invaluable. Verse 16 says, a faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him.
Mm.
Salakia.
Damn right. That's a perfect precept as well, too, Ward. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Not just a friend in word or by the title of being a brother or, yeah, I'm a sister and, I'm rocking with, not just the word, but by your actions. You know what I'm saying? That
Come,
is somebody that brings joy to life. You know what I'm saying? That's what it says, the medicine to life. You know what I mean? Gives you
come,
healing when you in
come.
hard times. Yeah, go ahead, Kanat. Go ahead.
I ain't trying to over
Nah,
talk you or that like that, but like what you saying is
nah,
heavy,
nah.
and that what you saying is heavy, and that scripture is heavy as hell too, because like they say confession is good for the soul. And when you got a brother there that you can call on when you like battling something or you having a hard time dealing with something and you call that brother and he's faithful and he's available for you and y'all you know what I'm saying, you pour out to him and he listen and he give you good counsel and wise counsel, you get off that phone feeling rejuvenated. You get off that phone feeling like you just had some medicine of life, and now you got life again to deal with whatever problems you was dealing with. Now you got another aspect of looking at a situation that you didn't have before you called that brother or you called that sister, and it's helpful in this walk to know that somebody care enough to listen to you or help you or just give you good counsel. You know what I'm saying? So with that scripture saying that a good friend is medicine in life is like you taking a Tylenol when you have a headache and you get that relief. You know what I'm saying? You get that relief after you talk to that brother or sister. That's what it's all about. It's
Damn
like,
right. Yeah. Nah, damn right. Damn right. You know what I'm saying? And this is how our society was built. Right? This is how our nation stood strong. By these simple principles is how we was able to stand as a nation. Right? It wasn't until we broke away from being brothers, from being sisters, is when these other nations was able to infiltrate and conquer us and destroy us as a people, man. You know what I'm saying? So the only way to get back our nation is to do what the Lord told us to do. To love the Most High with all thy heart, thy mind, thy soul, and thy strength, and love thy neighbor as thyself. Now, just a sidebar, you might ask, right? Who is your neighbor? Right? Well, this class is specifically for so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Right? We are each other's neighbors, meaning we are brothers. We're kin, right? By blood. We come from the same father, right? Our father is Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, and he had 12 sons. His 12 sons grew into the nation of Israel. And this is who we are today. And in 2024, being in captivity in North, Central, South America and the Caribbean islands, we lost that love for one another. Right? We forgot what it means to be friends, forgot what it means to be brothers, to be ethical, to have a common decency and love for one another. And I'm not saying that as if black people are inherently this way. It can be done. Look what we did in the civil rights movement. You can't tell me what we displayed towards our oppressor in the civil rights movement cannot be done in the black community. I mean, we fought tooth and nail just to be equal with this oppressor. Meaning, no matter what he did unto us, fed dogs unto us, blew us down with water hose, beat us down, put bombs in our school, set fire to our neighborhood, and we still loved and hugged this person. You know what I'm saying? And you mean to tell me we can't give that same energy to our own community? It can be done. You know what I'm saying? But through the brainwashing of Christianity and every other religion that's out there, we've been taught to only love our slave master and to hate ourselves. Right? That white Jesus is polluting our brain. All right? That does something to us psychologically. When everything that you look at on this earth is that's great is white, but everything that you see is bad is looks like you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. They love to demonize you, right? Because that destroys your self-esteem to not want to care for one another, right? I think in a recent class, when not Commander Jenny, it was Jenna Hyman, he told the class to think about somebody high on drugs or something like that, right? I don't know if y'all seen that class. It was on Monday, and then he asked everybody, "Well, who popped in your brain when you thought about somebody high on drugs?" And what did everybody say? And guess what? I was guilty of it too. I was watching the class, and the first person I thought of was what did everybody say?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead. I forgot.
You got it.
You got
Salaki, you
it.
got it.
No, I was gonna say what Officer Sabah said. Israelite. Like didn't he say think of a thief too? Somebody that
Yeah.
steals.
God.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When he said that, I thought.
Tell me that ain't unfortunate.
Well, cause sir, when he said think about somebody on drugs, I thought about of course, a black person. But when he said think about a thief, I automatically thought about that devil. I ain't gonna hold you. Like this motherfuckers be stealing, man. They be stealing behind the scenes. Like they try to, and not the sidebar, so like not to be long winded.
Nah, you got it.
But if I could bring out 2 points, like what you were saying about the civil rights movement, we damn near threw ourselves on the oppressor. Like he was showing us every way that he can that he do not want to be joined with us. They was telling us and showing us like we don't want to be joined with y'all. We don't want y'all in our schools, in our neighborhood. We don't want nothing to do with y'all. And any sensible person, you know what I'm saying, would be like, okay, we gonna go back over here and do our own thing. But because we had wicked leaders over us to push their own agenda, they integrated us into that burning house. And the second point I wanted to say is like the oppressor steals so much and so slick with it that he'll make it seem like you're the one that's doing all the stealing. Like they want to make it seem like blacks and Hispanics are the minority that's on food stamps when it actually is white. It's our oppressor that's on food stamps more than us, and they be doing fraud. You know what I'm saying? But they want to point the finger at us like, oh, we're the problem, or they're not, you know what I'm saying, holding their own weight. We've been holding our weight for 400 years.
Facts.
So like
400 years, for real. Nah, damn right, man. We've been working hard, and for him to turn around and act like we the problem, yeah, man. That tells you that what they did is brainwashed us to think that we are less than, that we are nothing, that we are inferior. You know what I'm saying? And with that internalized thinking, we project that onto one another. Right? So when you look at another black man, you see nothing. Right? That's why the first thing you thought of a drug addict was a black man. You know what I'm saying? The first thing you thought of. Because that's the brainwashing of America to think that every black person is just some damn drug addict. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, they the ones that be stealing. Hell, they the ones that be getting high as well too.
Come,
Uh,
come.
oh, go ahead, Shabar. You got it.
Salaki, I just want to hit home with it. Remember on Black Watch, General Yohana brought out that for college entrance exams in USC, they were paying for test scores. You know what I mean? They were paying for test scores for college. You know what I
Look
mean?
at that. And they
That's
make it
cheating. You know?
right. Facts, facts. And they act as if they are the brains of this earth. You know what I'm saying? When we invented everything, we built everything, man. You know what I'm saying? We are the greatest thing on this earth. And in order for us to start to love one another, we have to get out of the mindset of Christianity and what our oppressor told us who we are. Right? We have to really look deep inside ourselves and find that greatness. Right? Study your history, study who you are, and you'll see the proof is right in front of you. It's there every day. You know what I'm saying? But there's something in the back of your mind that don't want you to accept it, and it's called Christianity. All right. So let's get back to Proverbs. What was that? First John, right?
Kamakan.
All right. Let's get to Proverbs 18 to 24.
Proverbs 8 and 24. Proverbs 8 and 24. Okay, I got it.
All right. You got it, word.
Kamakan, the book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 24. When there were no depths, I was brought forth.
It,
When
my bad, Shabar. Is that 18 and 24?
I thought you said 8 and 24, so 18, Salaki.
Yeah, 18 kind of. Nah, my bad. Nah, that's the water. The water.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 18 and verse 24. A man that hath friends must show himself friendly.
What does that mean? All right. Now, when we read the word friend, all right, the most common thought that we think of is how society depicts it today, right? But if a man, right, wants to be friend, right, he must show himself friendly. What does this mean?
Salaki. For
Go
me,
ahead. Go ahead.
it's saying if a man that has friends must show himself friendly, meaning um you gotta like treat people how you want to be treated. Like you gotta show yourself to be someone that you can be that someone can count on, or someone's that's there for other people, that's selfless and damn near like a servant. Not like a servant in a sense, but like you're there, you're available, you're compassionate, you know what I'm saying? You there for a brother or sister because you're gonna want that in return. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna want that same sympathy, that same mercy, that same compassion when you're in need of it. So the things you want to be shown unto you, you must show unto another brother or sister. It's the
Damn
only
right.
way that it can be.
Damn right. Get a brother a hand. Exactly right, man. Spot on. You know what I mean? If you're looking for a friend, well, guess what? You must be a friend as well too. You got to be friendly, right? And it's not just somebody that just makes you laugh or there for the good times. It's like what Asa Kanak said, somebody that's dependable, reliable, right? These are the traits that you gotta have, right? The purpose of this class is not for you to externalize on who's being a friend or not, right? This is about you being more internalized, introspective, right? You have to look within yourself to see, am I dependable? Am I reliable? You know what I'm saying? Am I that good friend that people can count on? Right? And in return, well, guess what? That's the same energy you're gonna get right back. You get what I'm saying? The energy that you put out there, making sure that you take care of your people, look out for your people, be solid, you know what I'm saying? Being predictable. Well, guess what? You're gonna be surrounded by the same thing. Birds of a feather flock together. If you're a no good, ain't shit person, well, guess who you're gonna be surrounded by? A whole bunch of no good, ain't shit people. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Because birds of a feather flock together, right? Who you surround yourself with is who you gonna become. You know what I mean? If you want people to be reliable, make sure you are that yourself. You want people to be trustworthy, make sure you are that yourself. And guess what? It will automatically come back in return. Right? You was gonna say something else, Canuck? Oh, okay. No, it just looked like you was about to say something. My bad. All right. So yeah, we can drop that. Any precepts that I want to bring out on that or anything like that? No. All right. All right. So the next point I want to bring out, I want to
Oh,
bring up.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead, so you got it.
If I may, like,
Mm-hmm.
if I encourage any brother and sister, if y'all want to really know what friends are, read the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6. Can I get one more out of that?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 7. And it says, if that would get a friend, prove him first,
Mm.
and be not haste to credit him.
Right.
Like, and like the scriptures say, you gotta prove, like Officer Thabashar was saying, you gotta you gotta be able to be accountable and be available for, you know what I'm saying, that person. Prove, what have he been through with you? What have he done when you was in need? Was he there? Was he a phone call? Even if he didn't have any kind of financial assistance, was he a ear or a shoulder to lean on? Like, people just call people friends nowadays. Oh, that's my friend because they know their name. Wait, is he my friend because he know my name? That's why he my friend?
Mm-hmm.
No. My friends are like my brothers because they go through it with me. They build me up. They know what I'm saying. When I'm struggling, I can lean on them brothers. I can fall on them brothers. And being a friend, biblical wise, and it's truth wise, is more than what the words mean. Just saying the word friend. You know what I'm saying? That's why we barely even say friends in here. We say brothers.
Right.
Them my brothers. We don't say them my friend. Officer Thabashar, my brother. Officer Shabar, that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Because we treat each other as such. And then the Bible's telling you to prove that person. And when you go through adversity with a brother or a sister, it builds up the love for each other. And it builds up, you know what I'm saying, a relationship that you have when y'all could just sit back and talk about it. Man, you remember when we did this? Remember when we did that? You remember I was messed up and you came through with that? You know what I'm saying? Them
Mm-hmm.
moments and stuff that nobody can take away that you can always cherish with that brother or sister.
That.
Prove them first. I like it.
Nah, damn right, man. Damn right. Damn right, man. Like, that's very, very true. You know what I'm saying? That's what men's bonds together. The shit that you go through with each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want to say something, Shabar?
Comic-Con, I just want to hit home on Officer Kanak's point and say, I feel like with the whole integration thing with Martin Luther King, Esau uses sports to teach children from young age, right? You know, it's a team effort. You're looking out for one another. But
Mm-hmm.
I played football all my life, and I know when you're part of a team, everybody's shooting to be MVP, the All-Star, right? And the truth, we're all fighting for the same prize, the crown, right? And so, like Officer Kanak said, being a brother, going to that Hebrew Academy, coming in here, you're Xing out that hate in your heart you have for a brother because, you know, the first shall be the last, last shall be the first. So it doesn't matter who's coming in the truth first. We're following the men above us, getting the
Mm-hmm.
example. You know what I mean? And there's no hate. Like
Mm-hmm.
you guys are pulling out precepts. We run some of the same precepts week to week, and when you break it down, you do it your way. He does it his way. It's always like ever learning. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
it's just important to know that, like you said, proving a friend, a teammate, somebody you rock with in the world when you're looking for family, because maybe you don't have the family in your house. There's you guys don't are you're not under the same oath. You know what I mean? You're not under the same oath. So in here you could be assured that you're not gonna get backstabbed. You know what I mean? You're not gonna go 5 years and he's not gonna sleep with your woman in this truth. You know what I mean? But in the world, you have that kind of stuff, you know? That's
Damn
it.
right. Nah, that's 100% as well. Get that brother in. You know what I'm saying? Like that's true, right? People don't live under, they have no obligation to be a brother. Like you know what I mean? Like that's how the world is so loose with a friend, a brother. Like anything that has to do with endearment is not, it's superficial in this world. It's fake. You know what I'm saying? Like in the world, like it don't mean nothing. Love don't mean nothing. It's just a word. You get what I'm saying? Like, but in the truth, you really understand what it really means. You know what I'm saying? Go in depth on what it really means. You know what I'm saying? And all of it is backed by your actions, not just words, man. You know what I'm saying? And here you're gonna have to prove, you know what I'm saying, that you're a friend, that you're a brother or a sister. You know what I'm saying? And it first starts with you, right? You want to be around the Akim, you want to be around the sisters, right? You want sisters to be more inviting. Well, make sure you're inviting. You know what I'm saying? That make sure that's part of your characteristics. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're inviting if you want to have the brothers around, if you want brothers to be more invited or more inclusive. You know what I'm saying? You want to be included with stuff. Make sure you include them in what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? The same thing that you put out is the same energy you won't get back. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes. What you reap is what you sow. All right. Any more on that? Yeah, we can drop that. I do want to get into the next point, right? Which is similar to the first one, but it just adds on. We're going to get a few random scriptures about how, Israelite, you know what I'm saying, how the ethical ways of an Israelite, you know what I'm saying, being morally sound, being calculated, being, being a brother, you know what I'm saying? Just being right as an Israelite is what we did to build our society, you know what I'm saying? Like I mentioned, like we are the most ethical people, you know what I'm saying? We the one that invented proper etiquette. You know what I'm saying? Israelites invented proper etiquette. You know what I'm saying? On how we deal with each other. Even in the scriptures it says, greet thy brother with a holy kiss. You know what I'm saying? Like we greet each other with a pound. You know what I'm saying? We salute each other, say shalom, Yahweh Shalom. That's a prayer. I'm praying for that brother. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shamar, Alatham by Shem Yahshua. I'm praying for that sister. You know what I'm saying? This is who we are as a people. You know what I'm saying? The other nations, they don't give a damn about it. They say, how your day is doing. You think they really give a damn about your day? They don't. They say, how's your day? And keep it moving. Keep it being ready to fire you after that. You know what I'm saying? Because this is who they are by nature. You know what I'm saying? But us, we're just loving people by nature. You know what I'm saying? This is who we are. And your oppressor knows that. And the problem is our love is misplaced. Right? There's nothing wrong with love. It's just misplaced. We have to put it back in the proper place. Right? So let me get Ecclesiasticus 28 and 18. Let's get that real quick.
Come, sir.
All right.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 28, verse 18. Many have fallen by the edge of the sword, but not so many as have fallen by the tongue.
By the what?
By the tongue.
By the tongue, right? Another thing in behavior and ethics and etiquette is important to be mindful of what you say, right? Right? It's a good thing, right? And it's an honorable thing to show manners, right? Here in the ICPK, when somebody does something for you or looks out for you or asks something of you, majority of the time you're gonna hear it the water. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hear it the water, ayanda bar, you know what I'm saying? Or salakia means, forgive me or pardon me, you know what I'm saying? Or you gonna hear a brother or a sister say, if I could or if I may. You know what I'm saying? Like that is proper to say. Right? And that's honorable to say because we invented that. This is who we are as a people. You know what I'm saying? but on the flip side, right, the people will say, well, words never hurt, right? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. You ever heard that before? Right? Well, it's not true. In the real world, words do have an effect on people. They do. You know what I'm saying? And in some cases, it can be more harmful than actually physically harming them. You know what I'm saying? And now the scripture says, many people fell by the sword, right, in physical battle, but not as much as people who fell by words. You with me? All right, so let's jump to verse 25 real quick.
Okay.
All right.
Verse 25. And weigh thy words in a balance.
To do what?
And weigh thy words in a balance.
What does that mean? Weigh your words in a balance.
Like it's kind of saying,
Go
oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
No,
Bar
you got
got it.
it. No, you got it.
It's kind of saying like, think about what you say before you say it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Get a brother ahead. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. All right. There's one thing that comes with proper etiquette is being considerate. Right? Being considerate means you are considering on what you're about to say, on how it's gonna affect this person. You know what I'm saying? Weigh it in the balance. Filter out your thoughts before you say it. Right? And if you're gonna say something, don't be bashful, don't be shy about it. You know what I'm saying? Say what you mean. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you say what's correct, what's right to say. Right? Even as a youth, our mothers taught us, right? If you have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something a child can understand. You know what I'm saying? Well, even us in our grown ass age, we gotta learn when to say something and when not to say something. All right, read on.
Come. And make a door and bar for thy mouth.
Do what?
Make a door and bar for thy mouth.
Do what?
Make a door and a bar for thy mouth.
It means what? What does that mean? What's the simplest way to say it?
Learn how to shut up. Oh,
Shut
Salaki.
up.
Go ahead, Officer Bar. My
Right.
bad, brother. I just
Nah,
blurted that out. My bad. Go ahead. You got it.
nah, you're exactly right. Shut up.
Yeah.
God, that's what it's saying. You got something, Shabar?
No, I was gonna just say, when it talks about the tongue being a two-edged sword, you know what I mean? I just watched the Sabbath service in Philly this past weekend, and Pharaoh's wife sat there and told a lie on Joseph. You know what I mean? That tongue destroys things. You know what I mean? That tongue will
Fact.
destroy you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's like the Emmett Till, basically crying essay and got Joseph, thrown in the cage,
100%. And that's crazy that you brought that up. That kind of goes with the next scripture that we're going to grab, right? Is there any more on that on 25?
Sir. That's it on 25.
All right, let's get Ecclesiasticus 37 and 18, right? This goes along exactly what Priest and Officer Shabar just said. You know what I'm saying? Your words have power on this earth. It does. All right, you ever heard that before? You know what I'm saying? It controls whether or not you live or die. All right, and it's in the Bible, right? Read on. Or whoever got that can read about 37 and 18.
Salaki, can you repeat the scripture, Salaki?
Ecclesiasticus 37 and 18.
Khan, I got it whenever you're ready.
All right, you go ahead, boy.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37 and verse 18. Four manner of things appear, good and evil,
Good and evil,
life and death.
life and death. Read on.
But the tongue ruleth over them continually.
But the what?
The tongue ruleth over them continually.
Guess what? You can get either or from what you say. All right, from your tongue, meaning the words that come out of your mouth. You can get good or evil. or you can get life or death. Right? Is that important? Right? So you want to be somebody that's disciplined in their speech. You know what I'm saying? You want to be somebody that's, more calculated, right? On saying what's necessary when it's necessary to say it, right? Because some things can be profound or, it can be profound to say, but it may not be necessary to say right at that particular moment. You dig what I'm saying? It's always good to be mindful of your words. Use your manners. You know what I'm saying? Use what your mother taught you since a youth. You know what I'm saying? Or your father taught you since a youth. You know what I'm saying? Use those manners because it can, that little bit of fire, that little bit of smoke can spark up into a, that little bit of smoke can spark up to a fire with just using your words. You know what I'm saying? You can create conflict like that, right? Or where people, you can be at, just like at peace or whatever, right? Or just vibing. I just use the word vibe because, we use slang anyway, right? You vibing. And, this can be where a person just likes to argue and cause contention, right? That contention can lead into a physical altercation. But it's first started out with just the words, arguing about something that's not, important. It could be about a football game, about anything, your favorite team. You know what I'm saying? That can lead to a whole big old beef. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be wise and disciplined enough and knowing when to be quiet, knowing when you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Admitting when you're wrong. Saying sorry, saying salakia, saying please, Baba Kashah, if I may, thank you. You know what I'm saying? All these things show of a good character, right? For proper etiquette, right? Let me get Ecclesiasticus 32:4, Baba Kashah.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30, 32 and verse 4.
Khan. Mm-hmm.
Khan. Pour not out words where there is a musician.
Right. Now, this is about being calculated, right? This is a little stuff that we can use in our, when you're in this situation for proper etiquette, right? Read on.
And shew not forth wisdom out of time.
Out of what?
Shew not forth wisdom out of time.
All right, the right and proper thing to do where there is a party where music is playing, people enjoying themselves. I don't think that's the time for you to be, on the podium. You know what I'm saying? And start breaking down the scripture when people are just trying to have a good time for a party. Right? You want to be, as they are. You know what I'm saying? You want to use sound judgment and realize your environment is not called for this. Now, there is a time where it is called for you to, break it down and get on the podium and drop something heavy on them. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not in that environment, you're wasting your breath. You're wasting your breath. And it's wisdom out of time. Right? You had something else, Mr. Bar?
Lucky, I was going to say this we could use this as an example for camp. Like when we go into our community, we don't bash on our people, and we're seasoned with it, just like the scripture's talking about. We shoot without wisdom, and that's the proper time to uplift the people. You know what I mean?
Facts. I'm glad that you mentioned that. That's 100%. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have other groups out there where black people are just trying to enjoy themselves, just being blacks. You know what I mean? Being niggas, being Hispanics and Native Indians. We listen to music. Sometimes we play it outside of our car. You know what I mean? Or we're outside hanging out. You know what I mean? And they'll use that as an opportunity to degrade black people. You know what I'm saying? When you're not uplifting, you're not doing nothing to win them over to serve the Most High by telling them, or acting as if it's their fault. You know what I'm saying? Our people do need the truth. You know what I'm saying? We do need the truth, but you got to make sure that you use wisdom on how to get it addressed. Not everything is expedient. Everything is not necessary for every exact moment, right? Read on.
Khan. Verse Ecclesiastes chapter 32 and verse 5. A concert of music and a banquet of wine
Hmm.
is as a signet of carbuncle set in gold.
Right. It's like a jewel placed on gold. Like that's how perfect music and wine goes together. You get what I'm saying? Like this, like Israel's so poetic with it. You know what I mean? He's like, yo, the way music and wine go together is like diamonds on a gold chain. You get what I'm saying? That's what he's saying, right? Read on.
Verse 6. As a signet of an emerald set in a work of gold, so is the melody of music with pleasant wine.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and another part of etiquette, right, is knowing your limitations in drinking, right? If we can just pause that real quick, let's go to Ecclesiasticus 31 and 27. We're going to jump back to that, right? A lot of time when people do speak out of turn, right, where there's music and people's trying to enjoy themselves and you messing up the vibe by saying something that's, you know, totally left field, sometimes it's because of the liquor that's in you. You know, you got the courage to say certain things, you know what I'm saying, that you shouldn't be saying. And now you done, messed up, everything that it was planned out, right? So let's get Ecclesiasticus 31 and 27.
Khan. Ecclesiastes chapter 31 and verse 27. Wine is as good as life to a man.
Right, wine is good. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with having a drink. It's not a sin. All right, read on.
What is Slaki? What life is then to a man that is without wine?
Hmm.
For it was made to make men glad.
Right, drink and be merry. All right, don't not the scripture say that? There's nothing wrong with having a drink. But here's the thing, here's the kicker. All right, read on.
Khan. Verse 28. Wine measurably drunk, and in a season bringeth gladness of the heart.
Read that one more time.
Wine measurably drunk, and in season bringeth gladness of the heart.
What does it mean when it said measurably drunk and in season? Go ahead, Oscar, boy.
So when it says wine measurably drunk, so we know drunkenness is a sin. So when we drink, we're gonna make sure we understand our limits. You know what I mean? And not take it overboard.
Facts. Facts. You should know your limits. You know what I'm saying? Know your limits. Measurably drunk. Right? If you're a person that gonna start throwing up off of one sip or one cup, you know what I mean? You might want to gauge that real quick and pace yourself so you don't just go off the handle and make a fool out of yourself. Right? That's not proper etiquette. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to control your liquor. You know what I'm saying? So you drink in moderation. Right? What does it mean in season? What does that mean?
Salaki, in season would be if it's time to go to camp, you're not gonna sit there and and get lit before
Right.
camp, you know what I mean?
Right. You ain't gonna have a bottle of Henny while you you know what I'm saying, while you on the podium, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the white man, nah, you know what I mean? It's not called for, right? Also as well too, right? If the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning is to grab you a cup, you might have a problem, right? Because it's out of season. You get what I'm saying? It's not the time for it. Usually it's what? Later in the night when you wind down, you at a friend's house, you at a party, you know what I'm saying? You have you a drink or two. But if the first thing you would do is immediately grab your cup when you wake up, you might have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Alcoholism is real. Right? You gonna say something else, Mr. Bar?
Salaki, I'm just saying, as you're bringing up this precept, I'm looking down in 29, and it says, but wine drunken with excess make it bitterness of the mind with brawling and quarreling. So I
Yeah.
want to say the Christians would make us lead us to believe that drinking is so wicked. When you pull out these precepts, it says wine is supposed to make us merry. There's no sin in drinking, but I never knew that it talked about brawling and quarreling. I never knew that it was actually stated in here. You know what I mean? I know the saying and it happens. I didn't know
Yeah.
it's right in the scriptures here. I didn't know that.
Facts. Nah, God. We actually was we about to get to that. If you could continue on about sure. Damn right.
Khan Wakan, verse 29. Middle of Salaki, Ecclesiastes chapter 31 and verse 28 in the middle. It says, and cheerful of the mind. So it says, and in season bringeth gladness of the heart and cheerfulness of the mind. 29. But wine drunken with excess
With
maketh
what?
bitterness. Drunken with excess.
With excess. It didn't say not to drink at all. It said with excess, meaning you excessively drink beyond your limit. Right? The limit is right here. You go way over there with your drinking. You know what I'm saying? This is what might come out of that. Read on.
Khan Wakan. Maketh bitterness of the mind with brawling and quarreling.
With what?
Brawling and quarreling.
What is that? What does that sound like? When somebody gets a few too many to drink, what is the first thing they want to do? What they want to do? You laughing because now you already know what it is. What they want to do when they get drunk?
So like I said, they want to fight.
They want to fight. They want to fight. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want to do. Because they can't control their liquor. Can't control them. You were gonna say Salaki.
It's like so I just said I just said that crunk juice.
Right, crunk juice. Right. You know what I mean? All that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Get all that crunk juice. They start throwing elbows and fighting and all that stuff because you don't know how to handle your liquor. That is not Israelite culture. You know what I'm saying? That's your oppressor's culture. You know, they get drunk out of their mind and, throwing up. You ever seen them Edomites out and about, hanging out? Boy, you know what I'm saying? Why you think the term white boy wasted was created? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they do. They do with some beer bongs. They got some joint where they hold you upside down when you do a beer shot. Yo, them Edomites is wild, man. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? That's not us. You know what I mean? We just chill. It says Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. We got a cup in our hand, we chilling. Once you reach that limit, put that cup down, man. You know what I'm saying? This is not a frat party for you to choke, and you throwing up everywhere and making a fool of yourself. That's not proper, right? You want to say something, Bar?
No. You go. You talk.
All right, Khan. Most High Christ. Still hold 32. Let me just get Ecclesiastes 37 real quick and 27. Still hold 32. So you can drop that in the drinking. These 37 and 27. Ecclesiastes 37 and 27.
Come on, sir.
Go ahead.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 37, verse 27. My son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it.
All right, read on.
For all things are not profitable for all men.
Right. Some of us should not be even picking up the cup. Now, it's not a sin to, but for some of us, We just don't have that gauge to control our liquor, right? Or some of us, we suffer from alcoholism. So guess what? You got to put that cup down if that's you. You get what I'm saying? Because not everything is necessary for everybody. There's some things that even I know within myself that I don't do because I know it's gonna trigger certain things about me. You get what I'm saying? Certain music I don't listen to because I know it's gonna make me mad and punch my manager in the face during work. You know what I'm saying? So I just leave it alone. You know, I just leave it alone, man. You know what I'm saying? All of that. You know, you just gotta know what's best for you as an individual. You know what I'm saying? Don't just do it because, hey, this person killed the whole bottle. I can kill the whole bottle. Nah, it's not for you. You know what I mean? Read on.
Con. Neither hath every soul pleasure in everything.
Right. Everything is not expedient for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Know your limit. Know when you drink, when to put the cup down, know when to sit down. Even if you get little past your limit, do not just stay around and hang out if you know you drunk out of your mind. Go home, go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Just lay down, wake up, get in the shower, you feel refreshed and get you something to eat. You know what I'm saying? But don't embarrass yourself. Right? That's what the Bible is teaching us about etiquette, right? Now let's jump back to 32 and 4. Oh, 30, what was that? 32 and 6?
Chapter 32 and verse 4.
Come
And
on, go ahead.
we read down. So okay.
Yeah.
So
I think we left off at 6. No, we started at 4, but I think we left off.
Wakan.
Okay, kind
So
of. Go on.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 32 and verse 6. As a signet of emerald set in a work of gold, so is the melody of music with pleasant wine.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Know your limit. Don't say nothing out of turn while you drunk. Don't get belligerent. Don't be acting violent and feeling brave. Let the music play, man. Just chill. Just vibe. Right? Read on.
Kamakan, verse 7. Speak, young man, if there be a need of thee.
If there what?
If there be a need of thee.
When it's required for you to say something, then say something. There's no need for you to say nothing. Keep your mouth shut. That's it. Right? Read on.
And yet scarcely, when thou art twice asked.
Right? And scarcely, right? When you're twice asked, right? Meaning be so silent, you know what I'm saying, that where they have to ask you again and you just make it short and concise. You know what I'm saying? You're not rambling and babbling on because you got the drink in you and you don't know how to control yourself. You know what I'm saying? You want to maintain your etiquette and still have manners. Read on.
Verse 8. Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words.
There you go. Let your speech be short, comprehending much in few words. All right, read on.
Be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue.
But do what?
Be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue.
All right, you may know, but you hold your tongue because of what? The environment don't call for you to say anything. You got the music going, everybody hanging out. Just hold your peace. All right, read on.
Amakan. Verse 9. If thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them.
You don't want to do what? What you don't want to do?
Make not thyself equal with them.
All right, don't make yourself equal with them. All right? Don't, what people call, I'm not trying to, knock anybody, but what people call a groupie. You know what I'm saying? You don't want by your words to act as if you and this person are on the same level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This person is your superior. They way past you. They've been through things that you ain't never been through. Yeah, you know a couple of scriptures, but have you ever experienced those scriptures that you're reading? They experienced it. You know what I'm saying? So you might want to be quiet when they speak, when they got something to say. You don't want to overtalk them or cut them off. You know what I'm saying? Don't make yourself equal with great men, right? Read on.
Makan. And when ancient men are in place, use not many words.
Use what?
Use not many words.
Right, read on.
Verse 10. Before the thunder goeth lightning,
Mm-hmm.
and before a shamefaced man shall go favor.
Shall go favor. Right? In order for like that tell sign to know that there's thunder outside is the first what's the first thing you're gonna see that comes before it?
Like,
Lightning. Right? Lightning goes and then you hear the thunder that roars. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with somebody that has humility, that have class about themselves, right? They are apt to show favor. You know what I'm saying? They apt to show kindness. You understand what I'm saying? They know they're disciplined enough to know when to speak and when not to speak. And they'll say things like, if I could or if I may, right, to interject into a conversation. Now it's up to the elder or it's up to the, as this verse that we're reading, it's up to the great men to say, yeah, you can go ahead and speak. Go ahead and say your piece. But if they tell you to hold your peace, right? And if you're a person that don't know when is the right time to say something and you're not too sure, what should you do? If you don't, let's say you don't know how to gauge it, you don't know, maybe I should say, maybe I should not, you're contemplating in your mind, what should you do? Right? Because listen, if I may, I just want to add this quick caveat. Because some of us are social butterflies, right?
right.
Meaning some of us we know how to speak and we move around and talk to people, and that's just who we are. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just like that by nature. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a person that hasn't reached to that level, that you don't really know what to say in certain situations or what to do, what should you do then?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
I believe we read it earlier. You know what I mean?
What was that?
We read it earlier when it was speaking of talking about make them ask you again, meaning you're gonna speak. I think it was talking about speaking lightly, where they're gonna have to ask you a second time because you're gonna be comprehending in few words. You know what I mean? You don't have to blab. You don't have to blab because you feel nervous or whatnot. You know what I mean? You don't have to give
Okay,
many words.
kind. Yeah, facts. Kind. Let's say you don't know what to say at all, or it's just the timing ain't really there. Let's say you haven't mastered the timing of what to say. Like what should you do then? Go ahead, can I?
Put a bar over your mouth and a door.
Yeah, you should shut up. just don't
Hell
say
up.
nothing. That's it. That's it. It's really that simple. If you don't know how to be calculated, right, as a person, and don't understand, right, maybe not at this time I should say this or say this at that time, just don't say nothing at all. It's really that simple. All right, let's get Ecclesiasticus chapter 20, verse 5.
Salaki, Officer Thought, are you done with you told me to hold 31 in verse 27? We done with that one?
Yeah, that was the drinking one, right?
Yeah, we're
37.
done with that, right?
Yeah. Unless there's anything else that you think that seems fit to.
Okay.
Did you see anything on there or?
Verse 30 just said, Ecclesiasticus chapter 31, verse 30 said, drunkenness increaseth the rage of a fool till he offend. It
God.
diminished strength and maketh wounds. That was it.
Ooh, nah, yeah. I'm glad you read that. Yeah, that's right on. You know what I'm saying? It enraged a fool. You know what I'm saying? To where you're offending people by your words. Right? It makes you less polite because you got that liquid courage in you. All right. But yeah, that's a good one. The water for reading that. Let's get Ecclesiasticus 20 and 5.
Come.
You got it, work.
The book of Ecclesiastes is chapter 20 and verse 5. There is one that keepeth silent
Mm-hmm.
and is found wise.
It is found what?
Wise.
Wise. All right. You just keep silence and he's considered wise. Right? Read on.
And another by much babbling
Mm-hmm.
becometh hateful.
Become what?
Hateful.
All right. All right. In practicing proper etiquette, you want to learn how. The first step you want to learn is how to shut up. That's the first thing. Just don't say nothing. Once you start from there, as time progresses, right, you'll learn how to communicate with others. You know what I'm saying? And to, use, the right wording at the right time. You know what I'm saying? But you first have to learn how to simply just don't say nothing. Right? Read on.
Come. Verse 6. Some man holdeth his tongue
Mm-hmm.
because he hath not to answer.
Mm-hmm.
And some keepeth silent, knowing his time.
Knowing his what?
His time.
Knowing his time. All right. Some just be quiet. Right? Now, if it's required of you for you to speak, like it said in 32, right? Then you answer scarcely, right? But making your answer short and comprehensible, right? But prior to that, you should just not be saying nothing at all unless somebody asks of you to speak. They want some type of information from you. You know what I'm saying? But the one that's babbling, don't nobody want to talk to that person. You just running your mouth. What could you gain from this person? All right, read on.
Verse 7. A wise man will hold his tongue till he see an opportunity.
Till he sees what?
Till he see opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Read on.
But a babbler and a fool will regard no time.
But a babbler and a fool will regard no time. All right. Don't be a babbler. Don't be a fool. All right. Let me get Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 21. Baba Kashar. Can I get a time check as well, Baba Kashar?
It's like it's 8:53.
8:53. All right. I wanted to get something else, but I probably won't have time. Yeah, if I can get Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 21. All right, so these are all the scriptures that we're going through about using your words precisely, using the right words, having manners, you know what I'm saying, making sure that you use polite words and, kind greetings. You know what I'm saying? Use your kindness in your speech. You know what I'm saying? Because life and death can come from your words, from what comes out of your mouth. All right? Who got that Ecclesiastes 10 and 21, bro? Sure.
Salaki, I got it.
All right, you got it, War.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
The fear of the Lord goeth before the obtaining of authority.
The fear of the Lord goeth before what?
The obtaining of authority.
Right. You want people to recognize you. You want to be an important person. I understand. Right. But don't do it with babbling. Don't do it by being a brawler. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it by, wanting to harm or hate your brothers or sisters. All right. It starts out with you fearing the Most High. What does it mean, the fear of the Lord? What should you be doing if you fear Him? Go ahead, Officer Shabar.
Salaki, you should be keeping the commandments.
There you go. Keep the commandments. If you fear the Lord, you be obedient. you won't disobey him, right? Because you're afraid of the consequences, right? And what he told us, what he commanded us to do is to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? That's how you elevate in society. Right? Whether it's whatever it may be, socially, all of that. You know what I'm saying? You first have to start with serving the Most High. That's how you learn morals. That's how you learn principle. That's how you learn etiquette. You know what I'm saying? That's how you learn what to say and what not to say. You know what I'm saying? It starts with the Most High because it's written in our laws. You know what I'm saying? Our people are we are so socially advanced. This is who we are as a people. That in our law, it tells us how to be ethical. You know what I'm saying? Like in our laws, you know what I'm saying? Like, who else of a people has something like that? Everybody else they do whatever makes them feel right. But God knew what was right from the beginning. So he told us on how for us to behave towards one another in order for our nation to flourish. You know what I'm saying? And those that rise up within our nation is not because, anything else. Not because of their own wit or their own might. It's because of the fear of the Lord. The Lord rose them up. Right? Read on.
Khan. But roughness and pride is the losing thereof.
But what?
Roughness and pride is the losing thereof.
You're a person that can't control what they say, can't control how you act. Guess what? Ain't nobody gonna respect you. I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? All right. The traditional way, the common way people say how to get respect is how. What is the obvious thing we always heard? You know what I mean? I don't know if most of us probably heard it, but what we heard in order how to get respect. Go ahead, Officer Shabar.
Salaki, they say you give respect, you get respect.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? In order to get respect, you have to give respect. Niggas is not gonna respect you off of GP. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? This is how it goes. Niggas not gonna respect you just because of what they're required. Nobody has no obligation to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? In order to garner any respect from any of your peers, from your brothers and from your sisters, make sure you are that much more towards them. You are that much more respectful towards them. You're that much more loyal, considerate, truthful, reliable, dependable of a friend. And guess what? You'll get exactly that in return. All right, so with that, go and end the class, man. The water, big up. Officer Kanat, Officer Shabar. You know what I'm saying? I do want to say rise again. Trooper Yawanathon, man, a great brother, man, who held on his truth till his days expired, man. And that brother is a living proof of one West to the death. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say it, but he actually went out and did it. You know what I'm saying? That brother fought strong and hard through his illness. And, he fought. You know what I'm saying? Came through Passover, sick as a dog. Left the hospital, came to Passover just so he can help with the Passover. That's the type of brother he was. You know what I'm saying? And, the brother passed. You know what I'm saying? So, rise again to that brother. And I want to say shalom to everybody. Want everybody hopping on. And, yeah, I get up with y'all, yo.
Hashem Yashar Barakatam.
Yeah,
Hey, how about you? Sharp like a thumb.